Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video, and I hope you are staying healthy and happy wherever it is in the world you live. So for today's video, we are going to be talking about how you can save money on a low income, or how to save money when you don't have much income coming in. So this is a really hard time for a lot of people right now. I know there's a lot of people laid off. Some of you might have lost your job, or maybe you're just struggling a little bit because of what's going on with the virus. So I'm really hoping that today's video will help you save a little bit of extra money if you are finding yourself in a little bit of a challenging place financially. If you do like this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up because it really helps the channel, and also hit the red subscribe button if you're new so that you can join our YouTube family and be a part of all of my future videos. So I think I want to start this video off just filling you guys in on my financial situation currently. So if you guys have been around for a while, you'll know that I do have a social work degree and I was working part-time from home as a social worker. It was only a few hours a week, but I was planning events and meetings for people that have transitioned out of foster care. So that program was actually shut down because of funding issues and everything that's going on with the virus. So I did lose that source of income. Luckily for me, I do still have YouTube and I still have my online teaching job, which is keeping me afloat right now. I am very, very fortunate for that. But my partner, Aaron, he works in construction as well as helps me with my YouTube videos, but he's currently laid off as well. So even though we do feel okay right now, we do have savings and we still have some money coming in, we do feel that it's important to cut our costs and make sure that we're not spending too much, and that's why we're really focusing on saving. So that's kind of where I'm coming from with this video. So all of these tips that I'm sharing with you guys are things that I have done recently as well to really cut my costs and try and save as much as I can. So the very first thing that I did when I found out all of this stuff was happening financially was go through my subscriptions. So I went on my online banking and looked at my credit card statement and just saw everything that was coming out every single month and what I could live without. So basically I stopped every single subscription. I still have Netflix because I cannot live without my Netflix. So an example of a subscription that we did cut was getting the newspaper delivered to our apartment every day. Normally Aaron likes to drink his coffee and read the newspaper in the morning. He says it's just more fun to read it physically in a physical copy than to look at the news on the laptop. But for the time being, he did cut that subscription, so he's gonna read the news online rather than get the paper delivered to our apartment, because it was an extra $33 a month, I think, so that's more money that we can put towards other things. The next way that you can cut costs is by doing your grocery shopping online. I think this is so helpful for saving money. One, because you don't impulse buy. At least I find this anyway. So when I go into the grocery store, I always see little things that I put in my cart that I didn't originally have on my list. But when I'm shopping online, I actually have to type in the products that I want, and I'm not seeing so many different things that the store is advertising to me. So when I go in the store, I'm a lot more likely to impulse buy than when I just do my grocery shopping online. Also, I always go to the grocery store with a plan in mind of how much I want to spend, and usually I end up going over that because of the impulse buys. And then when I get to the cash, I'm too embarrassed to say like, oh, I don't want half of these things, so then I end up just buying it anyway and going over budget. But what I really like about shopping online is that you can constantly see your cart total, so you can see it increasing, and if you go over, you can easily just remove the item from your cart and it's no big deal. So that's why I really like online grocery shopping. Depending on where you live, I know some of the grocery stores are really swamped right now with online orders because of the virus, but if you can, definitely try out online grocery shopping. So when I go to the grocery store, I always like to have a list of meals written down that I'm gonna be eating that week. Otherwise, I'll go and just buy a whole bunch of random ingredients that don't actually make anything. So I just spend a whole bunch of money, but I don't actually get any meals out of it. So I always like to have my meals pre-planned based around things like beans, rice, oats, frozen veggies, things that are cheap but will also stretch really far. When I cook my meals with those staples that I just mentioned, I like to make a big batch so that it does me for a couple dinners and then maybe a couple lunches throughout the week. So an example of a meal that I love to cook is a big batch of spaghetti sauce. So basically all I do is buy some canned tomato sauce, I cut up some mushrooms, some onion, and red pepper, fry it all up together with a little bit of ground beef if I'm feeling like it, but most of the time I do eat vegetarian to cut even more costs. So then I'll just take that sauce and freeze it, and then whenever I'm ready to have some lunch or some supper, I'll just put on some pasta and then put the sauce over top of it, and it's a super quick, easy meal. If you do want to add cheese to the top, you can do that as well. And then another meal that I like to make that goes really far is tofu fried rice. So I buy a block of tofu, which is around $2. I cut it up and then bake it in the oven for 15 or 20 minutes just so it's crispy. Then I'll make some rice on the stove, cut up some veggies, and then I'll just fry it up in a frying pan pan, add my rice, add my tofu, and then put soy sauce over top. It's super easy. Oh, and I also add a fried egg in there too. I fry it all together and it's so easy and it lasts a really long time. I'm realizing that I have a lot of food related tips in this video, but that's because my life basically revolves around food. So that's what a lot of my tips are. But my next tip is to drink water. Now I know this sounds super simple and basic, but let me just break it down for you. If you are spending $20 a week on wine or beer and then $10 a week on juice or pop, you are spending $120 every single month just on beverages. So if you cut all of that out and you just drink water, which is healthier for you anyway, you're gonna be saving $120 a month. This next money saving tip is super hard for me to say because I love my Thai food and I love my sushi, but cutting out takeout is really gonna help you save money. And especially now during quarantine, restaurants are still doing takeout and they're actually encouraging you to come and support their business and take out their food. So I'm trying so hard to just stick with all of the groceries that I have in my apartment, but it is really difficult because like I said, I love food. But takeout can be so expensive, especially if you're doing it a few times a week. So you should really try to prioritize eating at home in order to save money. Another area of my budget that I'm really trying hard to lower this month is my utility bill. So I'm going around and turning off all of the lights, I'm lowering the heat, and I'm also unplugging all of my appliances when I'm not using them. Because even though appliances are turned off, they're still using energy. So this means your cell phone charger, your laptop charger, your curling iron, straightener, your kettle in your kitchen, all of this stuff is still using energy even though it's not turned on. So make sure to unplug all of these things when you're not using them so that you can save a little bit of money on your utility bill. And if you're really serious about cutting your energy costs, consider taking a couple nights this week to do a technology-free evening. So turn off all the lights, turn off the TV, light some candles, and maybe play a board game with your partner or your family. That way you're saving money, you're saving energy, but you're still having fun with the people that you love. Because we're stuck at home, the cost of gas isn't really an issue right now, but normally if you're driving to and from work, you're going to visit friends, you're going for drives, it costs a lot to fill up your gas tank every single week. So that's why it's really important to spend some time in your own neighborhood, go for walks, even take public transit if you can, ride a bike, find different ways to cut down on your gas usage so then you save money that way as well. The next suggestion that I have for you to cut costs and save some serious money this month is to call your insurance companies and your cell phone providers and see what kind of deals they can give you to save you some money. So I'm gonna be calling my cell phone provider to cut down on my data to see if I can get a cheaper plan. Because I'm at home all the time and I'm already paying for Wi-Fi in my apartment, I definitely don't need as much data as they're giving me, so I could be saving a good chunk of money on my phone bill every month. And I know of quite a few people who have called their car insurance companies now that they're working from home, and they've actually been able to get a discount because they're not driving as much anymore. There's no work commute, they're working from home, so they were able to save a little bit of money. So that's something that you guys can do. Call your car insurance company, call your cell phone provider, and see what kind of discounts they can give you. All right, everyone, that's gonna be it for today's video. I really hope you liked it and that it's gonna help you save some extra money this month. If you have any tips for saving money on a low income, please leave them down below because I would love to help as many people as we can. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, and also hit the red subscribe button if you're new. I have all of my links down in the description box, my Facebook page, Instagram, all of that stuff, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!